it was hard to gauge considering, I mean, I never played against this level of competition in my life, so it's hard to benchmark that way. But there's a lot of room to grow. Expect that we'll continue to get better and learn from this game, so I'm thankful for the opportunity to do that.
A 29-point loss, that's definitely not how you guys wanted to leave Nashville. And I'm sorry if you've already been asked this, but just kind of what's the message within the team to kind of get ready for the NCAA tournament next week?
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot that was exposed tonight, and things that need to get better. And so I think next week we know the same things that we need to focus on.
And what are a couple of those things that you feel like you guys can improve on in that short of a span?
Tonight, it felt like our transition defense was something that got exploited by Alabama tonight. Credit to them. So there's a lot of things defensively and being us offensively when the going gets tough. Turn into each other, which is something we're learning, something we've been working on all season. I just don't think we executed it to our best abilities tonight. So we'll focus on that next week.
And I know you take any loss hard, but just kind of a 20-point spanking at that point, does that kind of fuel the fire a little bit more than maybe if it was a little bit closer?
Yeah, it was embarrassing to be honest. I think everyone feels that way. I hope there's going to be a fire coming into practices next week and into the tournament.
You said the team has on Lamont. What is the kind of sigh of relief knowing that you have a leader, a guy that's been there in the NCAA tournament, the March, as you said yesterday?
Yes. Yeah, Lamont is a vital part of our team, so we need him. But whatever happens, we're going to play with the hand we're dealt. And I think tonight was a poor showing of that, but we're excited to have him on back.
What did you learn from your first SEC tournament experience?
I think there's I think taking every possession, one possession at a time. I think at some points we were down 10 to 15 points, and I think we just need to take it one possession at a time. I don't know if we did the greatest at that and turning into each other and keeping the fire of hope alive, but I think I learned a lot about how to fight, even though I didn't go all the way tonight. We're going to come different.
How excited are you for your first March Madness?
It's what you wait for as a kid. It's what you dream of, what you watch growing up. So I'm excited to experience it just on the playing field this time.
Is there kind of like a fresh start aspect? Can be put the regular season SEC loss behind you and kind of start fresh?
That's what we need to do. Put this behind us. We can't dwell on it. It just makes things worse. I think we can still learn from it and put it behind us as well. We have a lot of guys that, I mean, we've done that this season. It's not like this is our first loss this season. We've experienced disappointment. So I think we've been good at responding to disappointment, and so that's what we're going to do.
Win and go home, survive, advance. I mean, it's cliche stuff we say all the time. We just say it, to play it, to live it. How does it feel at this point after this game? How does it feel, this survive and advance? I mean, we say it all the time, but to feel it and to unfortunately come up on the losing side of it tonight, how does that feel?
I think we've all been a part of it somehow, some way, so it's not really new to us. It's definitely just a different level of urgency. Knowing that, every game is a lot more important. And, especially not going into March Madness like any game in every season. So we just got to be prepared. Every possession is really going to matter, so I think we'll do a better job coming with a different level of urgency.
Yeah, from your perspective, what does a level of urgency look like that you would be happy with in the next game?
Just having a great level of intensity every single possession, not taking any possessions off, including myself and the rest of the team. Being able to bring energy to the guys, just being consistent, like I said, every possession, not taking any possessions off, just doing it every single time.
And Kobe, for you specifically, you talk about that survive and to advance kind of mantra, but the next game could be your last game in college. Just kind of what's the mindset going into that one?
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to die on the court next game. Like you said, it's my last college game. Obviously that's not going to be the case, but I'm ready to bring everything. I know my teammates are too, so once we put that together, I think we'll be fine. I think we really have the chance to do something special. So
And a 29-point loss, that's definitely not how you guys wanted to leave Nashville, but just kind of what's the mindset with the whole team going into next week?
Just forget about this one. It's a tough one. It's embarrassing. We learned ourselves. There's nothing we can do about it. So just learn the lessons that are given today in this game, and be ready to move on. And just know that something special is happening. I know that this group can really pull something out of it. So I'm just looking forward to it. I know that we're all looking forward to it. So just waiting.
And any loss sucks, but kind of a 29-point loss, it's your all's biggest of the season. Does that kind of motivate you a little bit more than if it was close?
Because we know who we represent. That's nothing to be proud of. That's nothing to be proud of. So we got to be better. It's simple as that.
Thank you.
Great job for us to just build them up, build confidence for them, and they're going to make mistakes, but do it our way.
You guys ready to fix some
Yeah, seems as if there's going to be a lot of SEC teams in there, so we'll probably run into another one.
Obviously, a ton of seniors on this group. With this group, next game could be the last one with a loss. How do you kind of handle the emotions of knowing that the next time you guys go out, this could be the last time you suit up with these guys and the last time in your career?
Yeah, certainly as part of it, but for us, we've attacked every single game as the biggest game we've ever played in our career, and so that's going to be the pressure that we put on ourselves, every pressure that Kentucky wearing on your chest puts on you too, so we'll be ready for it.
How do you think the SEC has prepared you guys for some mid-majors, some teams in other conferences, since it's maybe one of the best in the last couple of years?
Yeah, definitely. I think we haven't come this far, just to go down the way that we have. Obviously frustrated with the way it went tonight, but we're a good team and we know that, and so we're ready to show that again.
A 29-point loss, that's definitely not how you guys wanted to leave Nashville. Just kind of what's the mindset going into next week, kind of rally the troops for the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, we've faced this all season. We got to be able to show up every day, every game, and so be more consistent, everybody, in what we do, and so that'll be the message, just continue to get better and be way more consistent.
And any loss is tough, but a 29-point loss especially, just kind of, does that motivate you a little bit more if it was closer, but going into next week, kind of a little fuel to the fire?
Yeah, definitely. Sorry for the fans and everybody that came out, for sure. Feel humiliated about the way we played. Certainly in that second half, that's it's tough for us. It's going to hurt for a little while, and very motivated by any loss, but certainly this one does too.
And you talk about that second half. Do you think fatigue played somewhat of a factor? Kind of the injuries, kind of just.
I mean, of course, you could try and point to a lot of different things, but for us, we know we got to do a better job of just being ourselves and not trying to get outside of what we do.
So you guys talked about that, or you just talked about that adversity. You guys have all faced as a group together. How does that help you guys prepare for March Madness? How does that bond help you guys bond?
Yeah, it helps us a lot. We faced everything you think of this year, but we just continue to turn towards each other and continue to come out on top every single time. So we're battle tested and we'll be ready for the state tournament.
Anything different? Were they just hitting whatever they were taking?
You're making shots, obviously, if we went back in time, we'd have to try to put more resistance on them, but nothing we can do now.
This is the first time it's felt like this in March. What was Coach's message to you guys in the locker room after the game?
We got to get a lot better, especially because we have a lot of ambitious goals to, play into April. So we just got to get a lot better in the 6 days we have. And
Coach talked so much about frustration, specifically trying to play through it. How did you feel like you guys were able to do that tonight?
I feel like we didn't do that well. playing through frustration. You know, obviously look at the result, so that shows us that we didn't do well enough. But like I said, we're just trying to get better. You know, we got a lot of things to do this March. We're trying to go and play until April, playing in San Antonio, and we got to get better this week.
You have a couple days before the next one. How do you spend that time?
Just getting better any way possible. You know, watching film, getting in the gym, and just doing anything we can do, and taking care of our bodies, anything we can do to get better. So that, you know, we're at our best when it starts.
A 29-point loss, that's definitely not how you guys wanted to leave Nashville. Just what's kind of the message to get you guys to rally together before the NCAA tournament next week?
I mean, well, there's nothing we can do now about it now. It's in the past, and now we just got to focus on getting better getting as good as we can for next week.
Are there just some teams that are bad matchups? You know, you guys give up 102 and 96, 99. Is that just one of those things that you don't match up well with?
We just got to figure out. We just got to be able to find a way to, you know, get stops, especially when we're playing this team. We watch film, try to get better, and you know, for us to, you know, win in March, we're gonna have to play teams like this, or maybe even better. So we got to go out there and figure out a way so that, you know, we're able to take care of those teams when time comes.
You guys have played physical games all year long. Has it felt more physical these last 2 days?
I wouldn't really say so. You know, like you said, SEC has just been physical all year long. We're kind of used to it now. Nothing different so far.
A late night game last night obviously wasn't over with until past midnight. Did fatigue play a factor in this game, kind of late, to get into your legs?
I don't really think so. You know, because it's March. You know, like you can't really complain about fatigue. Like, you know, everybody's playing. You know, everybody plays a lot. You know, games aren't. You're gonna have quick turnarounds between every game. So you gotta be able to fight through that, take care of your body, and be able to go out there and put your best foot forward.
And is there anything you may want to say to the fans ahead of next week, just after tonight?
Just knowing that we're going to be in the gym, getting better every single day, whether it's on the court, off the court, we're going to be our best by next Thursday or Friday.
Thank you.
Intensity is going to go home.
With Lamont out, Coach Pope's talked about the leader that he is. How excited were you guys to hear that they got some good news, and then you kind of take on a little bit of I got to step up and be a leader when guys like him and Jackson are out?
Yeah, definitely got to step up. Yeah, it's good. It's bad. He'll be coming back in the second tournament. You know, that's your point guard.
How tough is it? I know you guys have played them 3 times, but are they just a bad matchup for you all, their style, because they put up so many points on the guys?
Yeah, you know, I think we can match up with anybody in the country. It's just whether they're aggressive enough. And I mean, we're turning the ball over, we're giving them free points because they're so good in transition. Even when we don't turn the ball over. So when we're doing that, we're just getting out and having that day and stuff like that. So, you know, we just got to stop turning the ball over so much.
It was like an uphill battle the whole game, and it kind of got away in the second half. What kind of happened in the second half?
Like you said, it was uphill the whole game, and when it's like that, eventually I feel like you might run out of like energy when you just keep fighting the players. So we got to do better job starting off better, just keeping it competitive throughout the whole game instead of just being uphill.
29-point loss, that's definitely not how you guys wanted to leave Nashville. Just you have a few days to recoup before the NCAA tournament. Just kind of what's the message for the team?
Is when I go home now, so you know it's got to be extra purposeful in everything that we're doing now.
Have you taken one to the lip before like that?
First time for sure. I never have to switch from my first
How much pain are you in right now?
Huh?
How much pain are you in right now?
Not really in pain, just uncomfortable.
Play college basketball. Do you think it affected your play at all?
Nah.
Right now, just what Alabama did, or off night.
Yeah, it was just one of them nights.
Behind you and look forward to a fresh start.
Is it easier to shake off a game like this and get ready for what comes next than say a buzzer-beating loss or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, regardless if we win or lose, you're going to have to play next week. So you know, we just got to just bounce back, be more intense, and just purposeful and everything. Like I said, if they won or lost this game, we still have to get ready for another game.
Without making excuses, I mean, last night was such an emotional game. Were you a little bit drained in this game from that?
Nah, you still have to do that, especially if you want to play the next level, back to backs, all that stuff. So we just got to play better this one.
I mean, just try to get our bodies right, look at the film, and respond next week. mean, you guys have dealt with a ton of injuries this season. It was you, Travis, Colin playing increased roles. As you go into the NCAA tournament, hopefully getting Lamont back, how do you feel like that has almost made you better? That you guys have more experience against the top tier?
Yeah, I feel like if anything, it just makes us deeper, and hopefully we can get as healthy as we can. And then if our names do get called on in the postseason, hopefully we'll be ready.
A 29-point loss is definitely not how you guys wanted to leave Nashville. Just kind of what's the message within the team, kind of rally the next few days before the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I mean, just credit to Alabama. They're a really good team, very well coached as well. So they played a really good game, and now for us it's just like the drawing board. Figure out what we can do better and go from there.
A 29-point loss, does that kind of give you a motivation rather than, I know any loss kind of gives you motivation, but just kind of get smacked in the mouth as bad as you guys did tonight, does that fuel the fire even more?
Yeah, I mean, we take any loss. It hurts, so like I said, we're just anxious to get back and correct it this week and get to work.
Better conferences in the last couple of years, maybe of all time. How do you think those teams have prepared you for maybe some mid-majors that you might play, or teams in different conferences?
I mean, they prepared us well. You know, it's been a battle all season, but I feel even though they prepared us well, you know, it's March, any mid-major can do anything on any given night. So it's just about us being able to, you know, keep just acting as if we're still an SEC player. So, yeah.
Obviously, shoulder, wrist, lip, everything. It seems like every game someone's going out, someone's bleeding, something like that. How frustrating is that, knowing that you guys can't just play the game without, you know, something bad happening?
I mean, it's basketball. Everyone gets injured at some point. You know, it's just how you're going to handle it, how you're going to respond to it. And, you know, we've done that throughout the whole season ever since Clay went down. So I feel it's something, you know, we respond well with as a team. So it's just whatever.
And you talk about responding, just a 29-point loss. What's kind of the message before the NCAA tournament next week?
You said before?
Yeah, what's kind of the message going into
put us behind us, you know, and that, you know, we took a loss like this and just kind of building on it over these next few days before we head out. So I feel like that's what it is.
What went wrong in this game?
We just wasn't playing ourselves in the second half. I feel like they got out in transition, which we knew they would do, and we just made shots. I feel like that's what it is.
There were a couple plays that you're kind of shading towards the rim because their guards are getting past, so you're shading towards the rim, then Grant Nelson hits that three. You know, it's like, what was there kind of any answer? It felt like you guys were playing well in the first half, and then it kind of
in the first half, I feel like it was too, and they went a little bit over run. It was my fault, but in the second half, like I said, it was just them getting out in transition. So.
You being a senior, I know it kind of gives a new meaning to survive and advance because the next loss is the end of your college career. Just kind of what's the mindset going into that one and going into your final NCAA tournament?
Just remembering that every game and just, you know, using it for my energy and motivation going in and just knowing that I'm going to leave everything out on the field.
Talk some time about frustration and living with it in a game. Do you feel frustrated?
I mean, I did, especially in, you know, the first half, second half. You always got to feel frustration in the game regardless of what the score is. So I think that's just something we all went through. We all responded to it.
You don't have a ton of young guys on this team, but you have a couple. What's the message to them specifically with this first postseason loss and how it moves into the next tournament?
Even though they're young, I feel like, you know, they rode the roller coaster with us all this year and the adversity we've had and how we responded. So I feel like they kind of understand pretty clearly how you're going to respond and what it should look. So.
I see the KT tape and the leg sleeve. Are you all right?
Yeah, I've won this since, you know, I got injured in preseason, so it's just nothing to me.